There we go. Welcome to Lifestyles of the Strange and Exotic. Random book haul 2? I don't know. Having felt guilty that I had to leave books behind at the previous book sale, since I have tiny little arms and can only carry so much. This time, I came prepared. So, I got all the books plus more besides. See, Chewy's happy. Alright. So I'll just randomly pull out books. This one's a present for somebody, so I won't show you. Lest he sees it before the birthday. So, these three were three that I had to leave behind. And I'm missing... two of them are part of a trilogy, and one is part of a trilogy, I guess. I don't know. Don't miss Volume 1, Dragonflight. This is Dragon Quest. These are by Anne McCaffrey. So I got Dragon Singer, Dragon Drums, there's something else to do with dragons, Dragon Song. So I got 2 out of the 3. And then this is Dragon Quest. I have one book by Anne McCaffrey called The Kalura. And it's a lot smaller book, but for being a kid's book and being rather few pages, pretty in-depth. It's a very creative story, and you know, so I'm hoping if these are as good as the Kalura was, then these should be interesting books, even though I'm missing, let's see, Volume 2 of the Dragon Riders of Pern. So I have pieces of Anne McCaffrey, so we'll see how those go. And these were 25 cents a piece. It's getting cold, so I have to put on some socks. So, somebody pull off this thing. So that's cool to have some more Anne McCaffrey. And of course, you know, you can't go without picking up other books besides. I stumbled across The Ultimate Unauthorized Star Trek Quiz Book by Robert W. Bly. And now when I do my Trek book reviews, I'll be properly attired now. My new Trek bling. So I thought this was kind of cool. It's not just books of the universe. It's like who was the original for Captain Kirk before William Shatner got the role and that type of thing. So it's more of behind the scenes type of stuff, which is kind of cool. I have a trivia book that's more about the in-world. So this was neat, and this was only 25 cents. Fairly new book too, I think. Doesn't look like it's been pilfered in 1994. New book. Pretty good for almost, what, 20 years, I don't know. Yay! So, happy I found that. And one of the others that I left behind, Stephen was calling to me, "You must bring me back, you must take me home." A Brief History of Time by Stephen Hawking. And he's got an introduction by Carl Sagan. This book just has awesome just written all over it. And I read just like the first page, and just the humor and the lightheartedness too. It's just, it should be a fun read too. And interesting besides, because I like science and, you know, theoretical physics and all that stuff. So, very happy that Stephen was still there waiting for me. And this was $1. So like the most expensive book is $1. So, and this was like a $20 book originally. So this should be fun to read. So very happy to find that. And I forgot how heavy regular books are. And I came across this, and considering I watch documentaries probably more than a normal person should, I recognized the U-City's Portraits of the Presidents, because I think in one of the president documentaries they were talking to him, and I think they had underneath author of, I think, this book. Might have been another one too, but this was from Time, and he was a correspondent since '57, so he's been personally interacting with all these old presidents. So that just looked interesting. I love the look on Eisenhower's face. So lots of pictures, but then it's a Time Life book. It's pretty much nothing but pictures, right? So technically, does this count as a book you read? And I love this musty smell, because it was in a musty basement. I love the musty book smell. So this is just cool. It's just got some really candid pictures of, the president up until Clinton. So it doesn't have Bush 2 and Osama Obama. But then I don't know if he was still, I don't know, May 2000, so maybe he doesn't work for the president anymore, and that's why those two aren't included. But I thought that was nifty. And again, that was only $1. And these two I got because I have devious plans for it. Of course, I can't read a lick of music. So I kind of sort of, if I can go and like write the letters on the top, because I know which line is what letter, then I can't put a sound to the tune. But I have craft projects in mind of this. And it's like, so the craft project will look pretty with music paper. So I got this basically to use as paper. But then I'll get to that when I get in that. It's like, well, if it's in book form, is that like sacrilegious? So I got the same thing, but I don't know. I kind of feel guilty of ripping apart Nat King Cole here. So I don't know. This may or may not be serving the same purpose, but I got a lot of a lot of paper in that one, so we'll see. And these were 50 cents because they were a bigger paperback. So music ones are craft projects. And personally, I don't think Martha will mind. I got this specifically for the pictures to reuse as greeting cards. And I'm sitting there for like 5 minutes going in a moral controversy, like, it's a book. Is it wrong to like cannibalize a book for other purposes? But I'm thinking, okay, it's Martha Stewart. I can sacrifice Martha, right? Are you with me with this? So I figured, but then she's a handcrafter too, so I think she can appreciate the fact. So it has a whole lot of pretty pictures that I can use for greeting cards and the little pictures. So that's probably what I'll be doing today is, sacrificing Martha. And I'm like, I don't know, it's a book. Is it wrong to rip apart a book? I can see maybe so. But once I take out the pages, I'm contemplating making a bag out of the cover. And I have seen different ways you can do that, so none of this will be wasted. It will just be going their separate ways. So I have different craft projects in mind for the last few things I showed you. So yes, it was a moral dilemma debating on whether I should rip apart a book. Magazines are magazines. That's a whole different monster. But when it's in book form, I'm not quite sure. But since it was Martha Stewart, I feel better. So, and none of it will go to waste. And the parts that have the recipes, I'll probably give to my spare grandmother. So there'll be very little waste in this if there is any. So that is my project for today. One weird ass dog. And this was like a $50 book originally. So, and her million-acre farm she had really. So, see, like this, these would be nice pictures, and I can add more than one, and I was happy. So maybe I'll go back and cannibalize other books, depending how well this works. So, but I had forgotten how heavy books were, righty? Thank you for watching. Do comment down below if you've ever cannibalized books or have ever had a moral dilemma in doing so. Do rate a thumbs up and subscribe. There's always room for one more at the strange and exotic. Happy reading!